Okay, listen, let me just give you the story straight up here. No being cute, no calling you nice little names, no trying to trick you. If
So
you
listen up.
You're not helping.
Sorry.
No, being nice now.
Okay.
Since you obviously liked, subscribed, and followed, because I know you did, This Is True Really News, could you please talk your friends into it, coerce them,
Coercion.
threaten them,
Ooh.
do it for them? Actually, do it for them and don't tell them. That would be hilarious.
And then set it up so the things go off. Anytime one's uploaded, it just starts.
That's when you hit the little bell thing, right? Or something. Like, subscribe, follow, carry on.
This is True, Really News with Scott Combs and Tony Vercanis. All the news you're about to hear is true,
Really?
as far as you know.
Signs of the times. I'm just going to give parents a chance to
Bat cave, 3 miles.
move the kids out of the room because there is a content warning on this one. It'll happen at the very end of the list. So
I have a Batman poster right in front of me.
So here we go. Signs of the
Wait a minute. Kid,
Get out.
come back later. I'll tell you when.
And a lot of these all come from grocery stores, just so you know. Pure Texas armadillo, sun-dried, road tenderized.
Makes me think of Army. My stuffed armadillo.
I remember your stuffed armadillo.
Yeah, my wife threw him out.
What? That's like my wife threw out my favorite underwear, too.
It's not like that at all, but go ahead.
Note to grocery workers.
Because wearing an armadillo would be sick.
Note to grocery workers. Do not abbreviate assorted cream cakes. Innocent kids, 2 for £4.
Well, they're the most tender.
Can't elope, 2 for $4. I think it's the same person. Strawberries.
What?
Strawberries. They're fruit.
Is it like strawberries
Yes.
or lieberries?
Strawberries. It's like biscotti. It's
My goodness.
Big Pooh rice. And here's the real reason I had the kids leave the room. Apparently in Australia, their social mores allow for these kinds of products to be sold right there on the shelf. Bunsters, the bed hot sauce.
Well,
Yum. I can't wait.
why sugarcoat it? Really, just eat this and have your insides burn from both directions. I have, being as it's October, and since we've all given up on, the Christian holidays at the end of the month.
Right, like All Saints Day.
Yeah, or All Saints Eve.
True.
Halloween, people.
Yes.
Now we dress up like witches and threaten people for candy.
I like that one too.
I don't have a problem with threatening
I
people
like
for candy.
set your house on fire or treat, and I always get candy.
Yep. Well, you always carry that rat-sucking flamethrower, so it's kind of a...
They always guess too. Ghostbusters? Nope.
World War II Okinawa.
Here you go.
The ancient origins of 8 common superstitions.
Oh, cool. Cool.
A black cat crossing your path brings bad luck goes all the way back to Egypt. Ancient. That's not New Egypt, like ancient, old, even before Nasser.
Okay.
There's
Wow.
Google it. Nassar.
Oh.
There's one catch, though. The ancient Egyptians were famous cat lovers. Back in those days, people thought an encounter with a black cat actually brought you good luck.
But they saw what happened.
Obviously, ancient Egyptians were morons.
Yeah, right.
It's a cat. Cats never do anything good. They're evil deities. This version of the belief didn't die out until the Middle Ages, when a lot of things died out. It was around then that the black cats became associated with witchcraft. Witchcraft. We're not exactly sure why black cats in particular became entangled in witch lore, because obviously you've never had a cat. What is wrong with you? Number 2, knocking on wood to prevent the ever popular bad thing from happening.
Yep.
See, I do that, but I think it's Corningware.
Your head?
Put in there, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that plate.
One explanation, some historians, I wonder if there's like a full setting. Some historians claim that ancient European peoples like the Celts and the Vikings would knock on wood to alert the gods of their impending predicament. I don't know. I'm thinking if you're like a berserker, you're knocking on woods to warn the gods to get the hell out of the way.
Things are about to get naked and purple.
There are other theories, though.
Okay.
One says that the sound of hitting wood was intended to scare away evil spirits, because we all know evil spirits are technically cowards.
Right. Well, and they've got no power, only what you give them. So,
yeah, especially when you knock on wood, because they're dumb. Yeah. Others claim that the superstition originates from an old habit of touching a crucifix before taking an oath. All in all, muddled, but it would be kind of cool, though, wouldn't it, if you knocked on wood and Odin shows up?
What? Oh, hey, Odin.
I was sleeping. Well, that Odin's sleep is real? Number 13, being unlucky. Dinner parties. The ancient Norse mythology told the tale of the banquet in Valhalla, where 12 gods were expected. And then, of course, Thor's adopted brother, Tom
Loki.
Hiddleston.
No, Loki. Tom Hiddleston portrays Loki. He's an actor. Forget what I just said. Tom Hiddleston is Loki.
Tom Hiddleston showed up as the uninvited 13th guest. With the horn thing, I'm sure.
Sure.
The favored god, Balder. Balder?
Yeah.
Is he the big round one?
I think they mean me.
Well, they don't come much, Balder.
All right.
Sorry. Here's a cheap shot, and I had to go there. The favorite god, Balder, got killed in the ensuing fight to kick Loki out of the mead hall because Tom Hiddleston is tougher than he looks.
Yeah. He may be skinny, but the character's well written.
He's wiry.
Yeah.
Christianity brought this belief to a wider audience. According to one tale, Jesus' betrayer Judas, the Iscariot kind, was the last and 13th person to show up at the Last Supper, and we all know how that went.
Yeah.
Bad luck. Spilling salt brings bad luck. And we're back to Judas. Common claim says the superstition about spilling salt originates from him tipping over a salt container at the Last Supper. I looked through all the Gospels.
There's no mention of it.
Never saw it. But that doesn't stop us from,
Well, you imagine a guy that nasty would not.
He would, just probably on purpose, not by accident.
Likely, just
because, it's what Tom Hiddleston would do. There are records of ancient though the thing with the horns must be hard to get through a door. There are records of ancient Sumerians throwing spilt salt over their shoulder some 5,500 years ago to nullify the bad luck it causes.
Okay.
And for the longest time, salt was very expensive.
It's true.
I mean, it was you could buy and sell things with salt. So maybe folks thought spilling it was bad motive.
Ancient Celts did. That's Salzburg, Austria is named for the salt in the mountain.
Really?
Yeah. They used to trade with the Mediterranean to get gold and silver with their salt.
I thought it was named for Tom Hiddleston.
Well, the Gaelic.
Opening an umbrella inside causes bad luck. Back to ancient Egypt. The Egyptians built parasols out of papyrus and peacock feathers. Pay to watch that happen. Fashioning them in the image of the sky
Wouldn't it
goddess.
be peacock feathers if it's papyrus?
You would think.
I would think.
It's a peacock parasol. A peacock parasol. Wow.
Go ahead,
peacock
say parasol.
Say that after you've eaten some Guinness. They would fashion their parasols out of peacock feathers in the image of the sky goddess Nut or Nut. What do you think? N-U-T.
I'm going to say
ancient Egypt.
goddess.
Let's go with
Nut.
Nut.
Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise it'd be weird.
Never call that woman Nut.
Like, peacock feathers isn't weird enough. Since the peacock parasol was so closely associated with divinity and the sun, the Egyptians considered its shade to be holy. Which is odd because if you had a hole in your peacock parasol, there would be. Anyway, the parasol inside, using that there inside, went against its natural purpose and was therefore sacrilegious. There is probably a more practical reason. Victorian England, which is, of course, the definition of practical.
Oh, yeah.
Early spring-loaded umbrellas were a very real health hazard. Their stiff springs would fly open with such force that the metal spokes could easily break things or even cut you.
Oh, yeah.
Since most
Yeah.
people don't. So the penguin was right. Wow.
Yep.
Since most people don't want to accidentally chop off, a figure, opening an umbrella, outdoor activity. Okay, last but not least, a broken mirror bringing 7 years of misfortune. The Romans, thought we were going to Egypt, didn't you?
A lot of things originated in Egypt.
The Romans believed that people's health and fortunes altered in 7-year cycles.
Okay.
Looking at oneself in a broken mirror distorts the reflection, which the Romans took as a sign that the next cycle was doomed, I tell you, doomed. The belief of mirrors holding in special powers goes further back. The ancient Greeks, still not in Egypt. The ancient Greeks practiced something with peacock feathers. The ancient Greeks practiced catoptromancy,
Okay.
which is dividing the future by analyzing reflections in mirrors. That's easier to say than catoptromancy, whatever that is. It's divining the future, analyzing reflections. Special mirror seer, a special mirror seer, as opposed to the special mirror holder. There's a special mirror cleaner and sitter. A special mirror seer would dip a mirror into a bowl of water and ask a person to look into it. A clear reflection was good omen. A twisted visage signified disaster.
Wow. And all depended on the crappy mirrors they made back then.
Yeah, that's where I want to put my fortunes there, boy.
4:25 a.m. Police were dispatched to a residence on a report of 2 females fighting in the front yard.
Cat fight.
Police arrived to find that the women, 127 of University Heights, the other 24 of Cleveland, were intoxicated.
Wait a minute. Have we actually seen the report, the test? Because I don't believe that.
Both had minor injuries. The 2 women
Which could have been major injuries if they were sober.
The 2 women were issued criminal summons for disorderly conduct. No one would say how the fight started, and they declined to say why one of them was naked. It could have been they showed up in the same dress, I guess. One was released for hospital treatment. The other was released to a responsible party.
Maybe they did show up in the same dress and trading it off.
And maybe somebody was undrunk and got her home. Yay.
Could only hope.
This is true, really news. Send email to TiTR@netradio.network.